Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. American Pickers Jersey John shows off rare find. John Chalet, also known as Jersey John, shocked fans with a recent rare find. Many American Pickers fans said they've only seen the antiques he found in museums. So what treasure did Jersey John uncover? Will fans get to see it on the new season of American Pickers? Here's what John revealed. Jersey John shows off incredible find. Jersey John has quickly become a fan favorite since he began to appear on the History Channel show. Recently, he took to social media to share a pristine Indian motorcycle company motor. The motor, which is nearly 100 years old, is practically brand new. On Thursday, the American Pickers star shared several photos of the motor, sharing some details about its past. It was made between 1929 and 1930, and they only made 150 of the specific motor John found. While the company was best known for its motorcycle motors, this is an outboard motor that was used for boats. His snapshots included the instructions for lubricating and starting the motor, which are engraved on the sides. Best of all, the company logo and all the text were legible on the motor. Did you know that the Indian Motorcycle Company made outboard motors? The American Pickers star wrote in the caption, "Yup, they did. They made only 150 in 1929 and 1930. This Survivor is the nicest original paint motor I've ever seen, and it's for sale. Please, serious inquiries only." Pickers fans were thrilled to see such an artifact. First glance, thought it was something out of Star Wars, one person remarked. Another person commented, "Wow, very cool. Always hoped I'd stumble on one." A third called the find incredible, while a fourth said it was very cool. New season of American Pickers coming soon. American Pickers fans finally received word about the upcoming season of the History Channel show. Mike Wolfe announced that new episodes will premiere in October 2024. He quietly announced the exciting news about the next season in the comments on Instagram. A fan commented on one of his recent posts, saying, "Man, I miss your shows." Mike wrote back, "New ones starting in October." This quiet announcement has come after a lengthy break for the History Channel show. Many fans have been worried about the future of American Pickers. However, now they can rest assured that it will return to television this fall. The upcoming season will feature Mike Wolfe, who started the show back in 2010. Danielle Colby and Jersey John will also star in the upcoming new episodes of American Pickers. Unfortunately, there is still no indication that beloved Frank Fritz is returning to the show. In the heart of New Jersey, nestled in a forgotten barn surrounded by a sea of tall grass, Jersey John beamed as he gently wiped away years of dust from an incredible discovery. This was no ordinary pick for Jersey John, one of the quirkiest and most skilled restorers and pickers that Mike and Robbie Wolfe had ever encountered. Known for his uncanny ability to find diamonds in the rough, John had a reputation for transforming rust-covered relics into priceless treasures. Today he'd stumbled upon something that even he was surprised by, a 1915 Harley-Davidson Model 11J, one of the earliest motorcycles built by the legendary American brand. With the sun barely peeking through the barn's wooden slats, casting an amber glow over the ancient, untouched contents, Jersey John could feel his pulse quickening. The Harley wasn't just a bike. It was a relic from the days of open-road freedom, a symbol of American grit and engineering. Its age showed in the brittle leather of the seat, the delicate patina of rust coating the frame, and the thick layer of grime that had settled into every crevice. Yet beneath it all, Jersey John could see potential. "I can't believe it," he whispered, crouching down to examine the faded green paint that still clung to parts of the bike's tank. He knew Mike Wolfe would be thrilled to see this one. Mike's passion for Harley-Davidsons was as legendary as Jersey John's own knack for restoration. And in his mind, he was already envisioning the bike's restoration, the gleam of the polished steel, the roar of the engine resurrected after decades of silence. The barn itself had been a gold mine. Nestled in an overgrown corner of New Jersey, this place was filled with treasures, remnants of the past long forgotten by the current owner. An elderly farmer named Earl who was more interested in clearing the space than recognizing the value of what lay within. Earl had simply called it old junk, unaware that his family's disinterest had allowed a rare piece of history to endure, hidden away from the world. John carefully wheeled the Harley into the sunlight. Decades of grime streaked off the bike, revealing hints of its original color, a forest green barely visible beneath the dust. The handlebars, once sleek and shining, were now worn and weathered, yet sturdy. John marveled at how well the bike had held up. He could already see the determination of its creators, who had built it to last, to brave any terrain. John decided to call Mike and Robbie right away. With his phone propped on a stack of crates, John dialed Mike's number, and soon the familiar buzz of Mike Wolf's voice came through. "Hey, Mike, you're not going to believe what I've found," John said, unable to contain his excitement. "Lay it on me, John," Mike replied, sounding equally thrilled. "I've got a 1915 Harley-Davidson Model 11G here, barely touched since it was parked in this barn. It's the real deal." Mike was silent for a moment, and John could almost picture him on the other end of the line, wide-eyed and speechless. "No way, Jersey John. Do you know how rare that is? That's a once-in-a-lifetime find." "Oh, I know," John said, chuckling. "It's been hiding out here all this time, just waiting for the right person to find it." Mike and Robbie arrived within a few hours, their excitement palpable. As they walked into the barn and saw the Harley standing in the sunlight, both men were floored. "It's a beauty," Robbie said, running a hand over the bike's frame. "Looks like it's got a few decades of dirt on it, but you can tell she was built to last." Mike was already snapping photos, his eyes bright with admiration. "This is history right here. This bike is over a century old. Imagine the stories it's seen, the places it's been." Jersey John grinned, loving every second of their reactions. He pointed out the bike's unique features: the 11J's step starter, an early innovation that allowed riders to start the engine with a simple step on a pedal. There was also the original horn, crafted with brass and designed to emit a loud, resonant honk that would have echoed across the countryside. The details were mesmerizing. "Can we start working on it now?" Robbie asked, barely able to contain himself. John laughed. "Hold your horses. We need to take this baby back to my workshop and give it some serious TLC. The engine's locked up, the tires are shot, and there's a whole lot of rust to deal with. But once we're done, she's going to shine like she did back in 1915. With the bike loaded into the van, the team made their way to Jersey John's workshop. For the next few weeks, John poured his heart and soul into the Harley's restoration. Every morning, he'd open up the workshop and get to work, carefully dismantling each piece, cleaning off rust, buffing out scratches, and replacing any parts too far gone to salvage. He tracked down vintage components that matched the bike's original build, and he meticulously polished the frame until it gleamed. Mike and Robbie stopped by regularly to check in on the progress, their excitement growing with each visit. The bike's transformation was astounding, and John took his time to ensure that each detail stayed true to the Harley's original design. The new tires, the restored engine, and the freshly painted tank all came together to breathe new life into a machine that had been silent for so long. Finally, the day arrived. John called Mike and Robbie to let them know the bike was ready. They arrived to find the Harley standing proudly in the middle of the workshop, looking as though it had just rolled off the assembly line. "Wow," Mike whispered, circling the bike in awe. "You've outdone yourself, John. This is incredible." Robbie nodded in agreement. "It's like stepping back in time. You can almost hear the open road calling." John grinned, his heart swelling with pride. "Want to take her for a spin?" Mike and Robbie didn't need to be asked twice. John fired up the engine, and the bike roared to life, its deep, throaty rumble filling the workshop. They took turns riding the Harley around the lot, each of them savoring the feel of the restored machine beneath them, a tangible connection to the past. As they stood around the bike, admiring their work, Jersey John felt a profound sense of satisfaction. It wasn't just about the Harley, it was about preserving a piece of history, about honoring the ingenuity and craftsmanship of those who'd come before.